fact that she's a whole therapist, but she had been basically being avoidant about addressing the issue. And I'm sure she probably got a lot of calls from different articles, news articles, asking her to comment. What do you think about Ariana Grande? What do you think about Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater dating? Like all these things to bombard her. And again, she's a new mother. The baby isn't even 2. Maybe he's 2 by now, but or she, I don't know the baby's gender. Doesn't matter. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you didn't already know, act like you know, because it's not as so let's hop right into this video. So today we're going to be talking about how Lily J, Ethan Slater's ex-wife, has dropped an essay in the article The Cut. So basically, we're not going to be focusing too much on Ethan Slater and Ariana Grande because the marriage was between the two of them, Lily J and Ethan Slater. So basically, I just want to give you a bit of a background about her because I didn't know a lot of these things about their relationships, how they met, and so on and so forth. So Lily J and Ethan Slater were high school sweethearts, which I'm just like, wow. Because it makes the story even more deeper than I initially heard about the whole scandal and like the rumors, and then how the promotion of the movie was kind of getting mixed in the rumors of Ethan Slater and Ariana Grande being together and whatnot. Like a lot of salacious rumors. We get to see firsthand how Lily J has been experiencing this aftermath of her divorce. So basically, Lily J is a whole psychologist, honey. She is out there doing the Lord's work, okay? And I don't mean that on like some silly level, though she really is, because she's helping people with their mental health. She's providing therapy to those who need it, obviously, and that who can afford it, because let's be real, everything costs money. Anyways, I was gonna get into my therapy, and woo, no. It just costs money, like everything. So anyways, so she had talked about how her being a new mother, because she had brought her son into this world, I believe in 2022. And she had moved across the pond to the United Kingdom where they filmed Wicked for Ethan Slater, her then husband. And the baby was 2 months old. So she took her baby, she took her life essentially, and her career, and moved it overseas to support her husband like anyone would, you know, if that is the path that you want to take, and being that support system for your partner. So yeah, so she's well-educated, she's a whole psychologist, she moves across the pond with her high school sweetheart, and then her life starts to turn upside down because she starts to feel this sort of disconnection, this like space in between her and her then husband, Ethan Slater. And she's just questioning a lot in her mind as to like what is going on, like what could be the reason as to why there is so much distance in between them. And then the rumors started to awry and they started to circulate in the media. And I'm sure you can just put 2 and 2 together. And this is, again, this is not to slander Ariana Grande, because listen, I can only appreciate Ariana Grande for her art, her work, her talents. I do not know Ariana Grande on a personal level, so I'm not gonna even act like, you know, I could really get on her like that about, you know, her possibly being involved with somebody that was married and being quote-unquote homewrecker. Like, this is not that, okay? Like Jay said, Lily J said in her essay, it's not about them. And she rarely even mentions them. I don't think she talks about Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater's relationship at all in her essay. She kind of just talks about her emotions now after the promotion. Actually, now that I mentioned the promotion of Wicked, so after the whole rumors circulating, and then Ariana Grande was getting her divorce and Ethan Slater was getting out of his own marriage, or, you know, making the steps to get out of his own marriage, then they get together, and she talks about how dark those days were for her, especially just the promotion and seeing them together. And the Wicked movie is not just the movie, the promotion of it all had just been a constant reminder of how dark her days were and how it feels to just, it's like a constant reminder. She doesn't say that verbatim, but she hints towards it. That was the denouement of her relationship with Ethan Slater, her high school sweetheart. And so before she even stepped out and, wrote this essay, she had been dealing with the fact that she's a whole therapist, but she had been basically being avoidant about addressing the issue. And I'm sure she probably got a lot of calls from different articles, news articles, asking her to comment. What do you think about Ariana Grande? What do you think about Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater dating? Like all these things to bombard her. And again, she's a new mother. The baby isn't even 2. Maybe he's 2 by now, or she, I don't know the baby's gender. Doesn't matter. But she was playing the avoidant game, and she felt basically like a hypocrite to her own clients that she was, giving therapy to every single day, and then telling them how to face their fears, to not be avoidant about it, to address the issue. Well, she wasn't doing the very thing that she was telling her clients to do. So she felt very hypocritical about that, which is like such a good self-reflective moment on her part, because a lot of people, you'd be like, well, I mean, I'm not gonna therapize myself. I'm not gonna utilize my skills on myself. That's my job. I'm not gonna do that. That's a lot. But I say kudos to her for even taking that moment and to taking it into realization and being like, taking it into consideration and saying, you know what, I have to deal with this. I have not only myself to take care of, but I have a whole child. And, if things end or continue to be amicable, I want to have a good co-parenting relationship. So I think she mostly just did it for herself and her child, But she does say one thing in particular that kind of stuck with me when I was reading little excerpts from her essay on another article on Los Angeles Times. It's very interesting. So she says, some of what you loved most about your partner was actually your own goodness reflected back to you. It's yours to keep and carry forward, which I think is so important also to self-reflect on, because a lot of the times you can just be sitting there wondering like, wow, like what did I think was so great about this person? And like the whole time they were treating me like I wasn't ish. And you sit there and you're so puzzled, and then you have an epiphany like hers, after doing some self-reflecting, and you really deep dive back into those moments of those quote unquote happy times, and you realize the only reason why there was any sort of happy time was because of you. You made sure you were willing and able to, to compromise. You are always willing to compromise. You're always willing to put others before you, like people pleasing on crack, and then you were just always willing to help and take care of, and you were always willing to do what was best for your relationship and not for you as the individual in the relationship. So that was another insane thing to read. Not insane because I'm just like, oh wow, like she's being messy. Insane because I feel like that sentence alone will do so much for the average person or an unaverage person that is just sitting there after a breakup or after some, horrible dating situation, and it'll get you to really ponder and self-reflect inward, and maybe you'll come to the same realization and know that you're just as wonderful, and you did all you could in the relationship, and there's no need to drag or harp on the situation even further, because you know that you did all that you could, and next time you won't do that again because it came at your own detriment and at your own career, at your own social life. You know, I feel like people don't talk about this enough, but going across seas, moving away for your partner and your partner's career, even if it's temporary, still, it doesn't matter how long, that is a lot. Like, to do that, and of course they were married, but still, the level of commitment, the level of trust someone has to have in you, to follow you across seas, to know that, you know, okay, cool, whatever, you know, I could put aside my social life, my parents, my whole support system back home to help you through this, you know, as my partner. So yeah, I think honestly, the essay is not an expose, and it's not a dig to, I don't even think it's a dig to Ethan Slater. I don't think it's a dig to Ariana Grande. I really don't. I think that if anything, it's about her, and thank God, because she also mentioned how she was so worried about her relationship being just plastered everywhere in the public eye, and her patients had to see it, and I feel like she low-key had to like answer to her patients, because they would like show up and be like, well, saw you on the news, what's that all about? Like, even if she kept it short and sweet, she still had to answer in some sort of fashion, in some sort of way, which could have made it very, very, well, not could have, probably made it very awkward for her. And so just kudos to her for handling the situation, again, with a newborn baby. And yeah, and kudos to her for dropping this after the Wicked movie premieres. You know, I can't imagine what she was just thinking of, or how, you know, life could have just seemed so bizarre to her. But yeah, whew, she's a good one, because I feel like other people, they probably would have dropped it right as they were doing all those promotions and said, screw it, you screw me over, I screw you over. Okay, a lot of people are tit for tat, but yeah, this is more so about her and her moving upward and onward. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this video down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.